Of his speech is Reflection, which is a speech from the Storytelling Advanced Manual. It is going to be 6 to 8 minutes. Telling stories is a great technique to help make a point. Telling a story that touches the emotions can be very meaningful. Please join me in welcoming Russ.
I'm actually going to tell 3 stories this morning, all in 6 to 8 minutes. And Mark gets that. And these are about 3 friends of mine, and these are people that we got to know probably 18, 20 years ago when we first moved to the area. And their kids knew my kids, and then we got to know each other. And it was the kind of thing where, for quite a season of time, we were just there. You know, we were there for some of the births of their kids, and now they're getting married, and sometimes they're even having kids of their own. But then as life happens, you don't walk in the same circles that you used to walk in. And so we haven't seen each other in a lot of times for quite some time. But these are the kind of people that, you're walking down the Plaza Street and you bump into them randomly and you're like immediately elated to see them, and you just you connect and you just pick up where you left off, it seems. But these are very hard stories. They're hard for me in particular, but I think they're hard for just about anybody. And they all happen one right after the other. They happen toward the end of February and the beginning part of March. The first story is about Bob, and Bob's a great family man. He has 5 children and I think 17 grandchildren. Like I say, a great family man. And Bob wasn't feeling particularly well and went to the doctor. He wasn't in any particular pain, but he just was feeling very congested and wasn't eating right, and a variety of other symptoms. I don't know all of those. And he goes to the doctor, and of course they do tests, and you wait a day or 2, and they come back, and Bob was told that he has stage 4 cancer. And that apart from a miracle, he only has a few weeks to live. And it just takes the wind out of your sails to get that kind of news. And we haven't seen him in a while. And treatment can be provided, but treatment's very, very severe. And so Bob and Becky have elected that he's not going to get treatment because he wants to be fully present while he's concluding his life. And our family was reeling with that and thinking of the ramifications of it and just pondering it all when the second story happened. And this is a friend of mine named Brian, Brian and Cindy, and again, great family. He has 2 sons and 2 daughters. And I haven't seen him in quite some time, but interestingly enough, one of my daughters, my firstborn, bumped into him in church a couple Sundays ago, and they had a good connect time. And I had coincidentally bumped into one of his kids, Lauren, Jason, and their 3 kids, and we had a great connect time. Anyway, Bob was killed in a car accident on the 28th. That was the night we had all that lightning and thunder. You may have seen it, was in the news on I-35 and 87th Street. And just all of a sudden, and I went to his memorial service on Saturday, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful day. But the line was outside the building, the church, and it took over an hour to get inside. There's just so many people coming to see Bob. And Bob lived his life really well. And person after person, both in those little conversations you have, and then from the front of the room as they were giving the memorial service, testified to how he loved people well. And he loved people, but he loved them. He got involved with them very, very well. And it was just a very touching time, and very difficult at the same time. It just hurts. And the third story is Bruce and Linda, and they've been in the metro area for a long, long time. And about 20 years ago, they started a ministry, you may know it, to urban children called Freedom Fire. And they've been doing that for, like I say, decades. And I don't know their children real well, but Bree, one of their daughters and her husband were visiting from Wheaton, Illinois, and had come down to visit with their 4-month-old daughter. And it was, of course, a great time of family getting together and all that. And Bree put her daughter, Tally, down for a nap and then checked on her about 20, 30 minutes later. And Bree wasn't breathing. And she's a nurse. So, of course, she quickly scooped her up and did the things that she's been trained to do. And so much happened so fast. And we first heard about it when she was at Children's Mercy Hospital, and she wasn't responding. And they called for prayer. And when I say they, it went out. I mean, there are people all over the world that know this family, and we're just praying and interceding for them. And in the course of 2 or 3 days, they tested and retested, but it became painfully obvious that Tally's heart would not continue to beat without a ventilator helping him. keeping her alive. And it was a week ago, right about now, that they pronounced her dead. Bree and her husband amazingly elected to keep Tally on life support so that her organs could be used to help other babies. Just incredible, incredible feat. Not if you can. Hard stories. Just really, really hard stories. And again, these happened over the course of about 7, 8 days. We got this news. And you can't help but reflect. This is the name of my speech, reflections. And as we're reflecting, and of course, the first thing you go to is, why and what's important in life. And I think you quickly come down to family, friends, people, right? Relationships. That's what's important. That's what really matters in life. And you just kind of reflect on that. And I think it's something that we all know, right? The people are the most important thing. All the other stuff pales in importance. If I were to pass out a test today and ask, what are the 10 things that are important, you'd all get the answers. You'd all pass the grade. But I also know that a lot of times the way we live doesn't necessarily support what our convictions are. And I'm asking now, well, why is that? Because I look at my own life and I just say, am I living that way where people are the most important thing? And this isn't anything profound, but I came away, as I looked at that, why isn't that true? And I came away with a couple things that I wanted to share. And the first thing is distractions. Our pursuit of things, houses, cars, careers, destinations, exciting things that we do, those are all great things. But if they prevent us from connecting with the people, then I think we should call them distractions. Now, they're good in and of themselves, but they can become distractions. And the second thing I come away with is counterfeit. And counterfeit, of course, is something that's, so you have a $20 bill here, and it looks like the real thing, but it's fake. It's not real. And I look at counterfeits in our life as being those things that we really enjoy. We get jazzed by them. They're just so exciting. But if they're not allowing us to connect with people, then they're a counterfeit. They're fake. They're not really fulfilling the need. They satisfy a certain place. Nothing wrong with them, but we don't want to make connecting with people fall by the wayside. And the third thing is, you've heard the expression, go big or go home, that's get it all, give a gusto, just jump in kind of thing. And I'd like to change that a little bit and suggest that it should be go deep or go home. In other words, don't just know the facts and figures about people's lives, don't know their events. That's good, it's appropriate to get to know somebody. But it's more than that, it's going deep, it's going to the heart. We all have heart, we all have heart issues, and we need to connect on that kind of a level. Going a little bit deeper is my reflections to them. So distractions, counterfeit, going deep, I think are the really important things. Brian was really, really good at that connecting part. Again, person after person testified about he went deep, he connected with them. He had long conversations over the phone. People had moved away, and he would have hour-long conversations with them to stay connected. And that's something I think we can all get better at. And that's something that I personally really want to get better at.